Hey everyone, this is T. Asabacha. So I wanted to do a quick video in regards to Eleggua. A lot of people have asked me, have I experienced anything uh, phenomenal or any miracles or anything working with this deity? I have tons of stories, but one that I wanted to share how Eleggua works was in reference to an accident that my partner had many years ago in the parking lot of the apartment complex we used to live in. Basically, what had happened was she was driving a car that was insured under my name. She didn't have a license at the time. So when this happened, she basically got out of the car to exchange info with this man. He obviously wanted to see the insurance or her license, even though it was his fault. And at the moment, she was obviously very scared, so she started kind of petitioning and chanting to Elewa to help her. She ran upstairs to get her phone, and she came back down. When they attempted to call the insurance company and the representative answered, the phone started getting very staticky. The call dropped. Being cell phones, of course, they tried again on his phone. Same thing happened. As soon as they got someone on the phone, the call dropped. They couldn't even reach anyone. So that was blocked. And then basically what happened there is she gave him a copy of my insurance. And obviously I was very worried at the time because I wasn't the one driving. And then basically he filed a claim. When he filed that claim, first, the insurance never realized it wasn't me driving. They just assumed it was. I don't know how this happened. They just assumed that it was the whole entire time he was dealing with me, but it wasn't me. Pretty much a couple of weeks later, an adjuster came out. They found him at fault. We got, obviously a check for the accident. And basically, Elewa closed that door so she wouldn't get in trouble. I wouldn't get in trouble. So that was just one of those things where you think, okay, maybe it was just good luck. But she did petition in that moment, Elewa. Another incident that I've had personally, I was driving a small SUV at the time. I always wanted a pickup truck. It was kind of my dream to have a pickup truck. I kept petitioning and asking Elewa for this truck, working hard. And then we had a really bad hailstorm that we get quite often in Texas, and my car was ruined. I didn't want to pay the deductible, so I just kind of drove around with a really shitty car at the time. And all of a sudden, I don't know what happened exactly, but I saw kind of those little cards that they put on your windshield. Hey, you have hail damage, give us a call. So I called, had petitioned LAY again to hopefully help me get this car fixed. And, had placed a toy of a pickup truck with LAY. And they came back and they told me my car was a total loss. There was more damage to the car than what the car was worth. So luckily I had gap insurance. The insurance paid off my car. And then I'm like, shit, well, what do I do now? Because I had a paid off car now on my credit, I was able to qualify for that pickup truck. Now, when I went to the dealership to look at pickup trucks, I didn't specify with my deity what kind of truck I wanted. I told them I just wanted a truck. So they pulled out with a used truck that was leaking oil. I mean, this was back in the day when Clay Cooley was around. If you know, you know. I was too excited, so I was like, yes, that's it. That's the truck. High-ass interest. My partner basically told me, hey, don't do it. That's not a good deal. I was pretty upset because I was like, I always wanted a truck, and I knew he was putting this truck in my life because that's what I asked for. But I remember one thing that I learned from my elders. When you want something, make sure that you specify. You're detailed. So I went back, I spoke to my LAY, gave him his offerings, and I told him, listen, I want a truck that's brand new with plastic still on the seats. 0 miles, low interest. A month later, maybe not even a month, 2 weeks later, I was approved for a brand new truck, low interest. And I remember when they pulled it in the front, it still had plastic on the seats. A lot of people say, well, it's a lot of metaphysics. You called it into existence and that's what you got. True enough. A lot of it has to do with you and your positive thinking and your will to achieve whatever it is that you want in life. But I also believe that your deities, your santos, your spirit guides are here to facilitate and help you achieve those things. None of the things that I have today would have been possible without my santos. That's why I'm grateful to them every day. Obviously, we praise first God, Odumare, before any saint in this religion, but also our saints. Our saints are here to kind of help and guide us on this earth, facilitate our challenges. But the majority of the things that you're going to go through, whether you're initiated or not, really depend on you. If you're a negative person, you're always thinking, oh, nothing works in my favor, da 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 da. You're never thinking positive, then obviously those are the results that you're going to get. And your santos and your orishas are going to be here to teach you lessons. Until you start thinking positive and believing in yourself, you're not going to achieve any outcomes. So again, I just want to dedicate this video. I'm sure a lot of you have different stories to share of some of the miracles that your deities and orishas have given you and your family members or loved ones. This is just 2 that I wanted to share with you guys. If you have one, please share, or maybe even, snitch the video where you can copy back on it and speak about your miracle that you had. But thankfully, Eleggua has always opened my roads. He's always closed the bad ones. And so that's why I'm so grateful today to be a part of this beautiful religion. Thanks again for watching. Ashe y bendiciones.